I don't know why I'm playing with these, but it's like, I don't have my wand, so this is my wand for today. It's a pepperoni stick. Okay, so I'm back in the kitchen. I keep telling myself to stay out, and I don't listen. We'll use you in a minute. This is what I need right now. I guess it's Easter this weekend. I don't really know. I mean, world's canceled, so is Easter still on? I don't know. Are we still saying Happy Easter? Is the bunny still bringing us eggs? Like, anyway, whether the world is closed or not, you cannot have Easter or fake not Easter without meat pies. Like, you just need them. You need to have the meat pies because it's once a year, and I ain't letting the end of the world, apocalypse, whatever the hell you want to call this, take that away from me. We are getting meat pies. So what the hell is a meat pie, right? Because I'm sure a lot of you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So basically, it's a pie with like 10 pounds of meat and cheese and eggs, and it's essentially a heart attack in a pie, but it's delicious, and you eat it once a year, and oh, the oven's ready. You eat it once a year, and that's it. And like I said, the world is ending, so just eat the damn pie. There's a million different names for it. Pizza Rustica, Pizza Guyana, Pizza Guyana, Pizza Chien. Everybody's got like a different pronunciation, spelling of it. Like, we just call it meat pie. And that's it. Most places will call it Pizza Rustica, but there's the Napolitan version and the spelling, and then there's the Sicilian, and then there's the American. It's just meat pie. We just call it meat pie, and nobody has to fight about spelling and pronunciations and any of that nonsense. So we're making meat pies because it's a pie full of meat. Meat pie. Every Italian family has their meat pie, Pizza Rustica, Pizza Guyana recipe that's been passed down for, 7 bajillion years from the beginning of time. And I have one of those. Some people make theirs more egg heavy, other people are more meat heavy, some are more cheese, some people use ricotta, and it makes it a little more mushy, which I'm not a fan of. A lot of people also do like they do like cold cut slices in there, which once again, not a fan of. I like my pie to have like physical chunks of meat. Like, it is a meat pie, I want you to cut it open and there should be chunks of meat. It is meat pie. It is not egg pie with a sprinkling of cold cuts. It is meat pie. I want to see the meat. I want to see the meat. Alright, I got my pot because what else am I supposed to mix 10 pounds of meat and cheese in? Right? Like I said, once a year, people, once a year. Okay, so first things first, we are gonna cut up the meat. We have to go from this to tiny little cubes. So this is the part where your hand is gonna start cramping up because this pie is a lot of cutting. Like, a lot of cutting. You're gonna be very good friends with your knife by the time this is over. So I start with the ham because it's the easiest to cut, and then you slowly work into the harder meats that give you arthritis. So I'm just gonna cut them up into little cubes and then keep throwing them in my big pot over here. All right, so we're just looking for little cubey cubes. Okay, so all the ham has officially been cut and put in the pot. 2 pounds down and about 100 to go. So, salami, next victim. And we're still here. Next. I should like a hacksaw or something. I really need my knife sharpened, but apparently that's not essential, but it should be, because at the end of the world, the apocalypse, you need knives to be sharp, because if you have to kill somebody because they're trying to steal your toilet paper, you need your knife to be sharp. Okay, so we've got all the ham and the salami in this giant pot. Okay, so there's 2 pounds of each, and now it's time to move on to the prosciutto, and the pepperoni. This is where you should break out the wrist brace because carpal tunnel, here we come! This is also the time you pop open the second bottle of Prosecco because it dulls the pain that's shooting up your arm and your finger as you cut through hundreds of pounds of meat. Cheers, bitches! I didn't say this pie was gonna be easy. I said it was delicious. So, little trick I use with the prosciutto. It's a little bit of like a slipperier meat. So when you cut it, it kind of like, I don't know, it's annoying to cut. So if you pop it in your freezer while you're cutting the other 2 meats, it firms up a little bit and makes it a little bit easier to cut. So Joe started to experiment with the knife sharpener. And so I gave him like a crappier knife that I'm not really concerned about. And he actually did a pretty good job. And this, I did a test cut and it actually works pretty damn good. It cut my cutting board, so I'd say it's pretty sharp. Now I gave him one of my good knives and I'm just here waiting to see how it returns. So I'm just gonna go keep cutting. All right, we are in business now. I gotta put something under my cutting board because this is where it gets a little dicey. Dicey, get it? I'm so funny. Pop a little towel under our cutting board and we have a little more stability here. Alright, with the prosciutto, once you get to like this real fatty part, like you don't really want to put that in your pie because it's just a blob of fat. So I kind of just trim like that big fat cap off and get rid of it because who just wants to eat a chunk of fat? Nobody. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody, but you're weird. And yes, I'm judging you if you just want to eat a chunk of fat. All right, so get rid of the fat. And also the skin. I take that off too, because that's not good either. Okay, and I know you're not supposed to put your finger up here, and if I was on Worst Cooks in America, Anne Burrell, you know, would put a red Sharpie on my finger, but you know, you gotta change up the grip every once in a while because this is a lot of cutting. It's a lot of cutting. So I rotate my finger sometimes so it doesn't get crampy because it will. I guarantee you. Like I said, if you don't have carpal tunnel or arthritis after this, you're not doing it right. Okay, time for the pepperoni. Once again, keep drinking because the cutting gets harder. But don't cut your finger. So if you can't drink and cook, omit the wine. Just disclaimer. I cut myself with or without the alcohol, so I choose the alcohol. All right, so we've got a lot of meat in this pot. We've got 2 pounds of salami, 2 pounds of ham, 2 pounds of prosciutto, and 1 pound of pepperoni. Now we gotta cut like 10 pounds of cheese. We've got 2 different types of cheese. Like I said, everybody has their own recipe. I've got 4 bowls of fresh mozzarella and then 4 basket cheeses. What's a basket cheese? I don't really fucking know. It's cheese in a basket. And I've never seen anybody do anything with it besides make a meat pie. So I don't really know what a basket cheese is. It kind of tastes like nothing. I just know that that's the #1 ingredient in the meat pie is the basket cheese. If you don't have the basket cheese, that's not a meat pie. Honestly, I've never even seen them in the grocery store except for around Easter, and you can't find them at like, you know, your regular grocery store. Like you gotta go to like an Italian like market or some sort of Italian-owned grocery store because you ask for a basket cheese and they look at you like you have 10 heads. We are doing the meat pie.
Oh my God. Hi, it's Foxy. Just relaxing. I'm bored stiff, but I wish I was with Lexi making the sausage pies.
We're making the pies. Do you know what the hell basket cheese is? I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, it's cheese in a fucking basket. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
My mother used to give it to me. I used to cut it with a glass of wine.
Whose recipe is it?
What did you just say?
Whose recipe? Where did I get the recipe from?
Oh, Nanny. Nanny or no, Gigi? No, yeah, Gigi. Yeah, Papa's mother. Why didn't you tell me I was going to be on TV with you, but at least look pretty?
You always look pretty, Foxy.
You know.
So I've just come up with the conclusion that basket cheese is mozzarella in an Easter basket. So that's why you can only find it during Easter. Here you go, happy Easter. It's in a basket because you get baskets on Easter. Let's do this. And another one bites the dust. Okay, the cheese is in. And now mix in the meat and the cheese together, and my arm needs a vacation now. This is another reason why this is only once a year. Because I ain't doing this more than once. Alright, it's all in there. See? Okay. Obviously this is a very large batch. Okay.
Hey everybody, I am Michael Simon. Welcome to Food Network Kitchen. Today we are going to make a citrus.
I have this little Food Network Kitchen Alexa thing that Discovery sent me, and I set it to remind me when cooking classes that I want to watch come on, and they just like appear on my screen, and I have no control. Oh, I'm not talking to Alexa. Shh. Shh. No. No. Alexa, be quiet. Stop filming. So, I dropped these off to the family. That's why I make so much. You don't have to make this much. If you just want to make like half of this or even like a quarter of this, you can. It's time for the eggs. It's a lot of eggs. Like, I just want the eggs to sit at the level of my meat and cheese cubes. Like, I want it to have some like juice to it, but I don't want it to be like overly eggy. Like, I don't want it to be an egg pie, like I said. Don't dump your eggs right in here, okay? You want a separate bowl. Move your meat cheese mixture aside. Sure, yep. I'm gonna use my little Mets helmet bowl, okay? I'm gonna crack a dozen eggs in here at a time, whisk them up, and then dump in here. And then we're gonna go make the pie crust because I was supposed to do that first and I forgot. Okay, so this is the, consistency we're looking for. Like, everything is, nicely coated with the egg. It's got some juice to it, but it's not drowning in it. So it was like 39 eggs. It wasn't the full 4 dozen.
Delightful.
You good with your mac and cheese over there? Shh, we have an audience now. So you're supposed to do this first. This is the crust. I forgot. So we're gonna do it now. We're using a food processor because this is gonna be a lot faster than, than sitting here and kneading it on the counter. I'm sure this is not how my great whatever grandparents from Italy made it in, but this is the 21st century and this is what we're doing. Stop staring at me. Flour, are you laughing at me? I have a live studio audience. Okay, so flour, really cold butter, okay? Cube up your butter, put it in the freezer. Ice water, put water in a bowl and put ice in it. Ice water, boom. And salt. And that's the pie crust. So we're all gonna put the shit in here and blend it up. See, this is why I throw him in the garage when I film. flour in here first. Okay. Flour. Flour. Now we're gonna add salt. And this is 1 cup, which is 2 sticks of butter. So just cube it, freeze it, and in we go. I'm gonna close this baby up, and I'm just gonna pulse this until it kind of forms like a sandy kind of texture. I don't know where the top of my food processor went, so I'm just... So once you got your, so once you have your nice sandy texture and the butter's kind of, broken up in there, we're gonna add the water. So you're going from anywhere between 4 to 8 tablespoons. So you start with 4 and then see what happens. It's kind of like the eggs. I mean, this recipe isn't exact. I mean, any recipe really isn't exact because sometimes when I write recipes, I don't know how to write them because I just throw shit in a pot and see what happens. So that's kind of like what this is. You just throw the water in and see what happens. Basically, at this point, you just want it to like form a bowl. Like you want it to be able to hold together. So you're gonna keep adding a tablespoon at a time until it's like formed into a nice doughy consistency. So just keep pulsing and adding water. All right, so once you get to like this kind of a consistency, where you can smush it together, making 2 little round discs. Okay. Now we're gonna plastic wrap these and into the fridge they go. All right, dough is chilled. We're gonna roll this out and get them into our pie tins. Preferably rolling pin, but I discovered I work too much and haven't baked anything in a year since I lived here, so I don't have a rolling pin, and so we're gonna use bottled wine. Take your rolling pin and just roll this out into a nice, even circle. Okay, our pie crust is rolled out nice and thin, so we're gonna take our little pie tin over here. I just sprayed it a little bit with cooking spray, and we're gonna plop this in. And we're just gonna gently push in the sides. So you're gonna take your second piece of dough, roll it out, and then cut it into strips like this, so we can make our little lattice work on top. So just gonna lay this over like that and take off the excess and put it to the side. All right, so I just trimmed off most of the excess and we're just gonna pinch, roll, and like crimp. Roll that crust over, pinch it with your fingers. Okay, so before this goes in the oven, we're gonna give it a quick egg wash. So this is just 1 egg with a little splash of water, maybe like half a tablespoon. Whisk it up. Gonna get this a nice little egg wash so it gets nice and golden and crispy and browned. Okay, so to bake these, you're gonna preheat your oven to 350. Put your pies on a baking sheet so the eggs don't spill all over your oven. Then you're gonna just like lightly kind of drape a piece of foil over it. Bake for 45 minutes, take the top off, bake for another 45 minutes. And then if your top isn't like, golden brown, then just throw the boiler. Yeah, the boiler. Don't put your pie in a boiler. Don't do that. Just throw the broiler on for like 2 to 3 minutes and that should do the trick. And then you have a pie. This one has cooled overnight. You don't have to cool it that long. I mean, you can. Some people like it cold. I prefer it warm, so when I want to eat the... Oh, Fendi, you're very sneezy over there. Do you have the Corona? So you can eat this just like this, cold, straight out of the fridge, but I prefer to warm it up. Not a big fan of it cold, so I just pop it in the toaster oven and warm it up and melt all the cheese again, and it's delicious. So I'm gonna cut this thing open and show you what it looks like. And that is a meat pie. See? Meat, not eggs, not little slices of cold cuts. It's meat. Meat pie. The pies are done.
I see them.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was screaming, look at these friggin' pies. My God, Lexi, beautiful. Love them, love them. It's not Easter unless you make your pies.
I know, can't have Easter without the meat pies.
I know.
All right, so that's the meat pies. So I've got all mine here, all divided up and ready for Lexi's curbside pie delivery. So I let them cool overnight and then I just cut them all into little pie pieces and put them in tins. So my mother told me that tonic water apparently kills the coronavirus. So were you supposed to add gin in it? It's alcohol, cleansing my insides. It's like hand sanitizer for your organs. So go make yourself some Easter pies and drink some gin and tonic because apparently it's the cure for corona. So you're allowed. Lexi's curbside pie delivery, here we come. All right, so I got my ninja mask on and we got the pies in the back. Those are hippies. The pies are back there and we are going on pie delivery mission. Okay. Foxy, pies are here. All right. Let's get the pies for Foxy. What? I got the pies.
Pies?
Here. Hello.
That was
Delivery. Foxy says wait. She's trying to film and it's not working. What happened? Foxy's having issues with the phone. What happened? You didn't really?
here. My flower pot in my house.
Delivery to Job's mom and sisters. Okay, next stop. We're trading packages here. I leave meat pies, we get hand sanitizer and sneakers. Joe's grandma. Up next. On the table. Okay, pie is on the table. 3 stops down, I just finished Joe's grandma's house, and now we're moving on to Ashley, because if I don't feed Ashley, she gets angry, and you don't want to deal with that, believe me. Sorry, Ash. Love you.
Right here. Oh, over here. This side. Thank you so much. I missed you.
Okay. No problem. Hey, Ash. Good, how you doing?
Good.
There's the pie. You know, just hanging. Oh, that was good. Hey, stop. Oh, pie drop off at Nostromo's complete, and now we're going to my mom's, and I'm gonna drop off her pie and Bria's, and then Lexi's pie delivery service shut down. And then my uncle's coming to Foxy's to pick up their pies because they live in Queens, so they're coming to do curbside pie pickup because I ain't driving all the way over there.
Lexi! There's my dead trees. Don't pay attention to my dead trees. Lexi! Oh, you look so cute, Lexi! You look adorable. Why are you here? Oh, Lexi's delivering the Easter pies. Sorry about the dead tree. Don't mind the dead tree. Lexi's got the
Okay,
pies.
go back there.
How am I gonna get the pies?
I'm gonna put it on the. I'm gonna put it on the ground.
Back up.
Stay over there.
Back up.
Okay.
Lexi delivers pies. Thank you, Lexi, for my pies. They look delicious. Should I pick them up with rubber gloves? Do you have germs?
I don't know. You probably have more germs than I do. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go get some rubber gloves.
What is that gonna do?
Alright.
Just pick up the fucking pie.
I got the pies. These are so heavy. The pies are really heavy. Oh my God, they look delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Lexi, I love you. I'm the last delivery. Oh, this one's for Bria.
Yeah, I'm the pie ninja. Just driving around all of Long Island, dropping off pies left and right.
I have to mess that on.
It is on.
Oh, it's on. Hi. I don't see the red light.
There is no red light, Grandma. There's never been a red light.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi. Didn't
It's
know you were
on.
watching.
They're watching, don't worry.
Okay. A lot of bowls in this house.
A lot of bowls. Got eye bowls,
A lot
meat
of
bowls, food bowls, I don't fucking know. Yep.
I love these bowls. Look how cute.
Austria? What's Austria?
I don't know. I just felt like saying that. I like that country.
She likes that country. She's coming to Austria.
Okay.